Real sweat storm around here, San Francisco, California, US. Supposed to get 102 today. It's probably already close to that. Very humid, and I'm just dying. So, lots to talk about. We have 2 warnings about the climate is about to get really bad. We're about to see huge die-offs of animals and plants. They say that we're about to turn a corner now, where there'll be no doubt in anyone's mind that climate change is on the way, and it's going to get severe. It's going to come to people here and there. It's not going to come at all of us all at once. But just keep watching. You're going to see bigger, meaner floods, more harsh heat waves in the summer. Just unbelievable. And the guy in the White House is saying it doesn't even exist. Jeez. We are going to get into politics, but I need to put out some information here for the gloomers and the doomers who say that there's nothing that can be done. There's a lot being done. It's being done quite quickly, but not fast enough. But it is getting done. Let's go over to the board and I'll give you an example of how humans are trying to mitigate climate change in a big way. Alright, we're going to just talk about electric buses around the world. Right now, China is the leader in electrifying their grid completely without fossil fuels. Their consumption of fossil fuels is actually decreasing now, whereas the US is continuing to increase. Same with Europe and other parts of the world are all increasing their use of fossil fuels. But electric buses in the city are now taking over. San Francisco has had electric buses forever, but in many cities they're just now starting to come online. The way they work is that these new electric buses have batteries, and it's ingenious how they're charging them. So let's talk some numbers. They use 2,000 kilowatt hours per mile of electricity. That equals 20 cents a mile. Alright, the pollution is down because of where the electricity is being made. It could be made at a dam or a renewable source. Many of the bus companies are now putting in solar panels to charge the buses. Now the charging is very ingenious. But let's go down to diesel buses, which now dominate the cities around the world. At $3 to $4 a gallon for diesel, each mile costs 80 cents roughly for every mile that a diesel engine runs. Unfortunately, for diesel, they take a lot of maintenance, so you got to add a lot of the maintenance cost onto them. Where electric is very swappable, it's very easy to change out bad parts, and there's so few moving parts. In China, there's over 275 different electric vehicle makers now. In the US, there's only 5 companies, and the electric bus systems are very, very slow to come online here in the US. See, if we suddenly and quickly changed over to these electric buses and recycled all the metals from the old diesel buses, then that would be a definite positive for humans. Easy fix, right there. The companies are available, the buses are available. There's no reason for a delay. This should have been done yesterday. But this isn't the only thing. You see, here in San Francisco, next year or the year after, all the service utilities vehicles, the garbage trucks, the maintenance vehicles that run around the city, these are also all going to become electrified. And the way they charge all these vehicles is very clever. When someone stops, they stop over a big metal plate, and this conducts electricity from that plate into the battery system through a new charging system. That's how the new electric buses are running. So when they take a break, where they take the break, there's a charging system. This happens about 7 times during the day and allows an additional 280 miles of travel time. Plus, they're putting up solar panels at these charging stations. This makes these buses truly zero emissions. Now, there's the manufacturing to think about. But see, humans can go in the right direction, and we are. It's just that they need to crank it up a lot, and they need to be very careful about where they're getting the raw materials to bring in this new fleet of electric vehicles and electric backup vehicles and support. It's all going to go to electric, and it's going to come hopefully sooner than later. But unfortunately, the politicians are just too slow, too worthless, and are just thinking about their own pockets to line with money and couldn't care less about climate change or anything else. Politics. Well, things are really changing around the world. We're seeing the three fascist leaders, Trump, Bolsonaro, and Boris Johnson, all being attacked, and hopefully relentlessly until they all step down and start their terms in jail. Trump, if he's found to be treasonous, treason is a death penalty here in the U.S. Oh, really? Does anybody think that anything's going to happen to Trump? Do you really think that he's going to jail or even get kicked out of office? Before that happens, he'll go and push that button. You know he will. I hope the people in charge of the suitcase have hid it well and don't know where the thing is. You just don't know where it is, please. Now, one more interesting bit of news before we sign off for the day. The lighting difficulties here in the studio have become severe. I buy a light bulb down at the local store, it's dead within a day or two. I'm sick of it. So we're getting commercial lighting. It comes tomorrow. I'll try and get it set up, and we don't have to worry about this funny looking redness and the awful background color. This will have a control system on it which will allow me to adjust right to where the camera's sweet spot is. So try and get outside and get away from the news a little bit. I know it's hard these days, but it's important to keep your sanity. For some of us, this is very interesting. So, I definitely do appreciate your last comments. They're all very good. Your ups, your downs, and especially the new subscribers that YouTube doesn't allow us to have anymore. But I appreciate you trying. And until next time.